Believe, become, be great.
Welcome back, everybody, officially to season 3 of Peeling Back the Greatness. I am your host, the one and only Derek DeLeon. Shout out to everybody who's waited so patiently. It's been a long journey. It's been a long 8 months. It's been some time. I stepped away. Not only are we upgrading production, but there's a lot that I've gotten involved in since the last time that I've done this. I want everybody to bear with me. Episode 1, Peeling Back the Greatness, baby. Here we are. Live and in living color. Well, I take that back. Not live, but live for me. Man, I miss you guys. I love you guys. Everybody out there, for all the love, all the support, everybody who's been there by my side. Everybody. Shout out to all you guys that know exactly day in and day out what I've been through, what I've endured. This industry, right? Music, media, entertainment, having to deal with my brother, rest in peace, Christian Santa Maria, having to go through with that case. It's been tough. It's been tough. Like I said on the intro, there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot that we are going to dive into this season. One thing I really do that has really tested me in the last 8 months is sacrifice. Sacrifice, patience, that willingness to just think, man, when is it going to start looking up, right? Now, everybody has those moments. We all have those moments, right, where we all start to wonder, like, man, what's next for me? Is this it? Is this my calling? We all have that. It's that intuition within us, right, that could either self-destruct us or take us to new heights, right? Pressure does one of two things. It either cracks pipes or it creates a diamond. One thing I can tell you, definitely created a diamond. Through experiences, through the trials and tribulations, there's been a lot, right? Sacrifice has been my number one thing over the last 8 months. Technically, it's been the last 4 years. But over the last 8 months, one opportunity has led to another. Currently, I'm sure I'm going to be missing a lot of stuff here because I wear like 50 hats, but currently I'm an A&R for MGE label. Shout out to Money Gang Entertainment. I'm now managing 4 different artists. Shout out to JJ Jones, Jex, Kid Truth, Chris Vente. We got some other artists we're getting ready to work with as well. Tolo on the label. We have 14 artists right now. So we got that going on. I also work for Odyssey, or as everybody may know, KS.25, Alice 105.9. There's a lot that I'm involved in, right? There's a lot that I'm doing. I'm also a co-director of entertainment on the board for Serve Aurora and the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce. Also my co-director, shout out to Jex, shout out to Money Gang. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot I'm involved in. I'm actually getting ready. I'm about to say this for the record. I'm getting ready to launch the Christian Santa Maria Foundation, the CSA Foundation. I got myself and 3 other board members so far. Shout out to them. I will make the announcement when I'm ready to make that announcement. But yeah, sacrifice over the last 8 months has really played a major role in my life. Not only am I one of those ones that's always going to push the bar and what can I get away with, and I'm a believer, right? I'm deeply rooted in my faith. I know that even though I'm sacrificing now, it's going to come back around, right, in the most positive and the most intentional ways. So this has been it's been rough, right? Hit a lot of rough patches, as people know. For those that do know, they already know music, entertainment, media. It's crazy behind the scenes. What you see on TV, what you hear, it's all a factor. It's all true. Now, for those that don't know, it's a whole different ballgame. And especially when you work hard and you start climbing and you start getting to the top, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of different things. There's stuff that you got to watch out for, right? And during a lot of what I've went through, there's two people that have bared with me through it all, right? That's my two lovely daughters. Shout out to Nayeli and Malaya, aka my twin and aka my tribal twin housing. If you know, you know. They have seen they've seen me go through a lot, right? They understand one thing that I really do appreciate, and God willing, thank the Lord, that they understand what I go through, right? They understand the industry. They understand the work that I put in. They understand that the community driven stuff that I'm doing, right? I'm always looking to give back. How can I get people involved, right? I got a massive team. One thing I will say too, without getting too much into it, is that becoming an A&R for a record label not only says a lot about me, but I was able to bring my team with me, right? That was the most extraordinary. It's one thing to be on a label, but man, when you can bring your team and when you have somebody that trusts you and your team, like it's not just me, it's let's bring your team too. Oh man, I can't tell you, man, that really that hit close to home, right? It made me feel very appreciative and very grateful. Um, so anyway, so my daughters, man, they just going through the motions with me, right? They understand the what do you call it? They understand the platform that's being built and all the groundwork, right? And I love some shout out to my brother Brandon Barrientos Cordova, because he said it best, right? He said we're not afraid to get our hands dirty, get down and go through the trenches with the kids and the youth and even the communities, And I love that because that really describes the way I like to. Again, obviously my brand is Be Great, but it describes the reason why it is my brand, because you can't just want to be great but you're not leading, you're not going first, you're not doing anything about it, right? You got to be the one to really provide and show everybody else what makes you live and die by your brand, why your brand, right? It's not out to just make a quick dollar. It's not out to just for the money scheme. It's much bigger than that, right? As people know, people hear all the time, right? Especially when you have a one-on-one conversation with me or interviews. Like Be Great, it represents more than what it is. It's not just an apparel brand. It's a lifestyle. It's the way that you choose to get after it, right? If you have a dream, if you feel stuck, if you don't know what's next for you, then Be Great is that. It's that platform. It's that, that reminder to yourself that you are destined for more than what we've been accustomed to for the timeline of our life, right? We're destined for way more. That I can promise you, because, again, by the faith of God and by my support system, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't, right? My team's everything to me. My team will tell you how much I invest in my team, how much I love my team. Like, it's being able to cultivate that environment of winners, right? So yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my daughters. Like I say, sacrifice has played a major role. Some people don't know how to sacrifice, right? Some people want structure, they want stability. No knock against it. That's understandable. That's very understandable. We've all been there, right? Structure, stability. We want to make sure that things, if shit hits the fan, that we're prepared for it, that we're ready, that we're not, we feel like we're not giving away more than what we're trying to hang on to. being in this industry or wanting more, if what I will say for those that really do have a dream of doing anything, right? It is going to be a very, very rough time if you're trying to live out your dream, but you're also not willing to take a risk. You're not willing to gamble. You know, that's just it. I've been in that predicament. I've been in those situations where I've had people in my life and I've had partners in my life, right, where it's kind of like I kind of support you, but I want it to happen now type deal. It just doesn't happen that way. Excuse me. It doesn't happen that way. You have to. It's either one or the other. Now, yes, if you get to a point where, damn, I've reached this level. This is what I'm doing. I'm successful. I have a career. Then okay, yeah, like it's easy to be able to manage it that way. But if you're willing to take a risk, you're willing to go for it all, and you have a partner that's like, man, we're taking too many losses, and I can't do this and that. I mean, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a difficult time. Now, shout out to everybody out there that does have a partner that, for one, that stays managing that stability and keeps reminding their partner out there of hey, this is our priorities, right? Because at the end of the day, our bills, our daily routine, right? The way that we were taught, paying bills, being adults, that's a priority, right? So don't dismiss what your partner is saying. However, as the partner who wants that stability and all that, understand, especially if you have a partner that works their ass off, do not take that away from your partner. Support your partner, because there's a lot of people out here that they start working hard, then they fall off, right? Now, for on that side of it, if you're one that, man, I'm excited, I'm gonna get after it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then all of a sudden fall off, now you're just validating why your partner is trying to tell you, hey, this is why we need stability and we need this and you need to do this and that, right? Do not give them any reason do not give yourself any reason to validate and credit what they're trying to go against, right? Because again, that's where conflict happens. So if you got your hands in it, you got a career, you got a dream, I'm telling you right now, it sounds very cliche, and I really do hate saying this. When people say don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, it's your dream, man. That, again, it's hard. It's hard for us to just feel like, no, don't give up, because we hear that all the time, right? Don't give up, don't give up. But again, it's for a reason. It really is for a reason, right? And I'm gonna dive deeper. Into this because this is a major sacrifice, right? So if you have a dream, you say, okay, don't give up, right? What does that mean? Well, that means understanding that you're going to go through bullshit. You're going to go through trials and tribulations, right? There's always going to be positives in what we do, because what we do, what we love to do, is a positive, right? Don't take that for granted. That's first thing, But also on the flip side of it, like I said, if you feel like, prepare yourself for the moments where you are going to want to give up, where you're going to want to quit, where you're going to want to put all that shit aside. Prepare for those moments. I can't tell you how dramatically that has helped me, preparing for when I go through crazy shit, when I go through this, I'm telling you, when you prepare yourself for specific moments, you're going to get through them. You're going to get through them because you already were prepared for it. Nothing's worse. It's like, think of this, right? Now, I know I shouldn't use this as an example, but I'm going to, because it's a good example. When we get in car wrecks, we don't know we're going to get in a car wreck. We don't see the person coming. We don't see we really don't, let's be honest, we really don't pay attention to our surroundings, right? So when that impact happens, it just completely sends us into a shock, like, oh shit, right? So it's the same thing with this scenario, where if we were more prepared for I'm about to get hit, I'm about to get, like, if we were more prepared for like every single moment, it would be a whole different dynamic, right? Same thing with this. You prepare for the crazy shit. You prepare for the moments that make you want to quit. You prepare for the negativity. You prepare for the people who think they have what's in your best interest when they really don't. Now, some people do. You know, all the partnerships, all the relationships that have been together, 2, 3, 5, 10, 50 years. That's a different dynamic, man. But just be very, very cautious of who you let in, right? Be very cautious of how much information you give to who, because at the end of the day, and I know I've been there, we let our surroundings and our people dictate how to feel. It's easy to feel when people are talking negative, but it's too hard to feel when people are talking positive. Like, what does that say about you guys, about us as people, right? If we're latching too much onto the negativity, that means something about us needs to change. If something it keeps resonating with us on a positive side or more of a constructual side, then we're on the right path. So yeah, like I said, sacrifice. I've sacrificed a lot in the last 8 months. My team, everybody's, they understand, they see it, right? It's not easy. Sacrifice is not easy, but it is very rewarding. Especially being in multiple, like I said, whatever it is you want to do, but you got to be willing to give first. You got to be willing to go first. You can't expect from somebody what you're not willing to give first, right? You got to be able to, reach for the hand before you reach for the heart. So, yeah, that's my biggest take right now. Like I said, over the course of this season, over the course of the next 11 episodes, we're gonna unpack a lot. I already got some guests lined up. Sorry it's taking a long time. I will be honest, this production that you see is not as easy as you think. And that's really that's me doing my own production and being able to talk to you guys right now in front of the camera. So me doing it, yeah, it's taking some time, but like I said, there's a lot to unpack. Welcome back, everybody, to Peeling Back the Greatness. We're really gonna get into some wild ass shit this season. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm really trying to go deeper with peeling it back, right? It's not just talking about what I've been through and this and that, because not everybody's into media, music, entertainment, right? Not everybody's into that shit. So I'm really trying to bring back more of, let's talk about mental health, let's talk about clarity, let's talk about different facets of life, man, that we all go through. I know that I've been through. Like I said, I'm not gonna elaborate on anything that I'm not doing myself. Nothing. If I don't have business talking about it, I'm not gonna be talking about it. So, man, just gear up, get ready, because this is only episode 1, and I really wanted to bring something a little more genuine, right? Because, like I said, this is one thing that I've been doing really for the last 5 years. I've been doing this, right? I've been sacrificing, but now it's on a more it's just a different dynamic. It's a different level of having a sacrifice, but it's been very, very rewarding. So shout out to everybody. I love you all. And if anybody wants to come on to my podcast, here it is. I'm not going to give away the location. If you know, you know. But if you want to come on to my podcast, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it work. I'm all about helping other people. Like, everybody has a message, right? Whether you're in business, it's mental health, no matter what it is, right? Even the media side, music. There's so many different avenues. So if you would like to be a part of Peeling Back the Greatness, talk about your story, talk about your experience. How can you help the people? What message can you send? Then let's do it. Get with me, hit me up, reach out, follow, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.